in the game.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders. Gay now ready to get this one started. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. First run of the game for Javonte Williams. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Pretty pay there to take him down. Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Another run for Williams. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
That linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field. All I'm thinking about right now, Cade's training camp, because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. This is complete to Ferguson, out left. Well, he got the football, Brock, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker, 4th down.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Perhaps a little misplaced sense of urgency on their opening drive. We'll find out together, and they're going for this from their own side. They do snap it. Here's Prescott. And it's a turnover to begin their game. That's incomplete on 4th, and it's going to go over on down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Now first carry here for Ashton Genty. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. It was Kenny Clark on the tackle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
2nd down now for Mendoza. Looked for a second like he had him, Brock, but he just couldn't hang on. It was a good throw to fit it into double coverage, but too tough through that contact. Third down.
It's now third down.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Third and long for him here. Has him on the quick hitter. Some nice work here as he pushes forward for 20 plus the first.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove they're playmakers too.
Offense getting set. Here's first and 10. Straight ahead with Genty. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
This is Genty on second. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it first and goal from the 8. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to reach the goal line. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Ashton Genty from 8 yards out. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
That one splits the uprights. And that's good for a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up to the 35 to begin this drive. All right, first and 10, going heavy to the right side here, 3 tight ends. Dak to the air here. And he's going to go down here. They are on him back around the 28. That's the end of one here. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They have second down behind the sticks. Dak out of the pistol. Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete, so second down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for third down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Looking from the pistol, Prescott. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Fourth and forever coming up. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his right. Moving right. Airs it out down the sideline. That's complete inside the 35. He's going to be all the way inside the 35 as they hit big on that 4th down play. Not a distance you see a lot of conversions from, Brock, but on that play, these guys able to defy the odds.
They sure were, and that defense now has got to regroup because I think mentally you get to that down and distance, you feel like you're off the field. Now they've got to respond defensively.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. Draw play. This is Williams. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be second down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. And the Raiders take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
Intercepted. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play is going to be again to Genty. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Second down, and they're going to stick with Genty. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams.
A gain of a yard.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Mendoza. And that one's going to fall incomplete. That forces 4th down.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up. That can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
On 4th down and 5, the offense staying out there. Mendoza going for it. Pass complete, screenplay. And this is going to be 1st down all the way inside the 40. What a play call that was on 4th. So we all know teams are embracing this more and more, Brock, but boy, from your own side, on a play like that, you had better convert.
If your offense doesn't cash that check, it's your defense who's got to pay the bill. But they get it done, and kudos to them.
And they get him down after a gain of 10. A great effort on his part. Pays off with the 1st down.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down.
It's Mendoza. And the hit's going to separate him from that football. Incomplete. Not surprising to find a defender in the area there over the middle challenging that one, partner. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Ball still on that 29-yard line as they come up to it, 2nd and 10. Mendoza now. Looks like a pick, but he just can't hang on. So it's an incomplete pass on second down. And they're happy to have that compared to the alternative.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
On for the Raider field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
Oh, and that's not going to do it. He hooked it. The kick no good, wide left. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Here's Dak. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. Actually wound up losing a yard on that completion, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 now. Prescott to throw. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
So each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Here's Mendoza. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
It just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. I think we all knew they were going to be aggressive from the onset of this second half, trying to erase that lead, but unfortunately, no luck here on the onside kick.
Kate, and these half times, they're fast for all of us in the NFL. College, yeah, you have time to go get lunch. Not that way in the NFL. So you went into halftime, and I am guessing, I can just feel the tone and tenor of that locker room. It is, we're going to be aggressive, like your point. We got to go out, we got to make something happen. But unfortunately, that felt a lot more like desperation when you don't recover.
All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st down, Genty. Room to run inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
25 yards on the play. That's another Raiders 1st down. 1st down and goal to go.
Here's Genty. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Tried getting that one to Jack Besh. And now they're left with third and goal.
Plays like that are called twofers. It's why coaches live 2 years for one. All the planning, great play call, careful execution led to that, and it was still dropped to the turf. Touchdown, lost.
Defense bringing in a fifth DB, third and goal. They're going to run it with Genty. And the stand continues. Stopped at the line. It's now fourth and goal.
Fair or unfair, I sit in a little bit of a judgment seat next to you up here, Cade. I got to judge that one. That tells me that coach trusts his defense more than he does his offense in that situation.
Game's kick is good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
Had the lead at the break, and the important thing is really to come out hot in the second half and add to it. Sure, you love touchdowns, but you'll take those 3 points as well.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And that's going to hit the turf. A good throw, but he couldn't hang on through the contact. He's got second down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kid, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Man in motion here. Working on second down. Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like about 11 yards. And that's going to give the Cowboys a first down.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Here's Prescott. He finds Pickens left side. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he can't finish it off in the end zone, but a great effort. Out of bounds all the way down at the 5. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. This is going to be caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. George Pickens from 5 yards away. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Sent right down the middle and good. And now we've got a 6-point ball game.
13, Cowboys 7.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Trey Tucker to return it. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Drive starts with Genty. And the stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
And time runs out before we can get another snap here in this 3rd quarter. It's the Raiders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. Back for the start of the 4th quarter, and they're going to start here with a 1st and 10. Another give here to Genty. Down here after a gain of about 14 yards, it looks like. That's going to give them the first.
It's a gain of 14
In this ground game, Kate, have seen such a steady dose of work. And what you hope is all of those body blows throughout can lead to a knockout punch like that.
Now Mendoza. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up second down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Giving this to Genty. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that second down run.
Rashawn Gary on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Here's the snap to Mendoza. It's a screen play to Genty. On 3rd down, they wind up going the wrong way. That one goes backwards. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Look at them, they don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4th. They'll go. It's Mendoza. And he had it for a second, but unable to hang on. And the possession literally slips through their fingers as they turn it over on downs.
It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge next time the ball comes his way.
He's under pressure, and down he goes. They get to him at the 38. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of 9 yards. It's 2nd down.
2nd down, here's Dak. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a gain of 13, but it brings up
Throw here, 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards.
It's a gain of 17
and that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
1st down, Cowboys.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Cowboys down by a touchdown. First and 10 from the 32. They'll run. This is Williams. And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They go with Williams on the counter. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. They could not afford to lose yards there. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Here he is to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. And 4th and 4 coming up. Well, they're caught in that vicious cycle, Brock. They're losing partially because of the struggles they've had throwing the ball, but because they are losing, they've got to keep throwing it and risking these contested lanes.
I've said to you once, I've said to you a million times, coordinator's job is to get you open, right? My job is to get you a one-on-one, and your job
is to win.
We're not doing it.
So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on down.
Go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.